Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation. Thank you very much for joining me. I've been up super early for Glenn today, and I just weird, filled with energy today, and I guess that's not weird, that's the norm. My body's starting to come back into sync. I tried a few things and it threw me out of sync, and now I'm coming back into sync, and I wanted to talk about the ego and the personality mask. And I wanted to talk about that, softening it more. You can absolutely remove it. It is impossible to have a physical experience without a personality mask, because that's what the physical experience is. But you can recognize that it's there, and when you feel out of alignment with your communication with another human being, you can back off and soften it. Now, what I'm noticing consistently is, since I have pure communication and it's pretty unfettered, and I'm very upfront and honest with things that might bother some people, in that those things don't bother me anymore, so I can convey an idea and I self-resolved it, but that person has it, and it brings up the ego and some anger and some conflict back and forth. Well, not forth, but it's presented and then it's diffused, because in general I won't, I'll acknowledge it, but I'll say, hey, I want to have a pure communication. I just trying to have a loving communication with you, and I don't want to fight. And that wasn't my intention to point something out as like, to poke and to poke you in a way that might make you, what would you call it? To make you, to back up and to make you feel like you're threatened. Because it's not you that's threatened, it's the ego that's threatened. And you can let that go, you can let that go, you can let that go. So I found that I've done so much integration work, and that I have such pure communication, and it's like a little kid, and I have these conversations, and sometimes I touch on nerves, and sometimes I realize it, and sometimes I don't. And I have people that, that push up against that because they haven't resolved those particular issues, or I've touched on an issue energetically. So the ways to basically soften the ego and to remove it altogether are really quite simple. There's billions of permission slips out there by Abraham-Hicks, by Wayne Dyer, and Gary Renard. I like his quite a bit. I've used them. Bashar. Excuse me. The percent is so bright. And all these other types of channels and individuals that have wrote things on softening the ego and trying to remove it, or at least, get it out of the way. Find the one that works for you. But basically, when you're having communication with people, if you're noticing that you're bumping up against people repeatedly and you're saying things in this new energy that are quite honest and transparent, like the crowdfunding idea and this idea of transparency, that people that haven't been doing this work and are not of the idea of transparency might push against you. Because you're saying things that aren't within their comfort level. I've had a client, I'm on the phone, I'm on Skype, I have one of his consultants on the line, and we're having a conversation, and I say some things, and I can see him on Skype, grab his head and go, I don't want to hear that. It's like, you could lose your business, and if you keep doing the things you're doing, if those don't work, because you're doing things that, are contrary to what Google likes at this point in time, they've sanctioned these types of things, and if they find them, then you're going to lose all your traffic, and you have no backup, or you have no backup plan. And that's basically what I'm discussing. That's why you bring me in here, is you want to know where you stand. That's where you stand. Now, obviously those circumstances are quite different than having a conversation with a family member, or another, or a loved one, or something like that, where you know them a little better and you can probably feel things out. But if you're finding yourself being more honest, if you're finding yourself being more transparent and having more open communication, because you're not in fear and you're not recognizing the other personality mask, you're recognizing that it is another eternal being in a timeless reality that knows everything they need to know, and that they are putting on this personality mask, and you're talking to them. And you're not talking to the personality, you're talking as another energetic being to another energetic being having a physical experience. More in the spirit levels is coming through, and you're channeling your higher self. You're going to find that you're pushing against some people here and there, and it's okay. Tend toward more people that recognize where you are, that are more energetic in alignment with you, and you will have a lot more fun conversations, and just follow your highest excitement to the best of your ability for as much as you can, and move on to the next exciting thing, and next exciting thing, and next exciting thing. And all is well with the world. You are an immortal being in a timeless reality, having this earth experience. You came with a whole bunch of your friends to have a great experience of forgetting that you're an immortal being in a timeless reality, and to remember, and to have that experience of remembering. And here you are. You're remembering. And you're saying, no, I'm not. I just told you. So you are remembering, whether you want to or not. So you're now given a choice. Do you want to remember more? Do you want to explore more? Or do you want to play in the reality that you've been playing with? And either one is perfectly fine. You are loved unconditionally so much from all that is, from God, from Yahweh, higher power, organic connection to all living things, that you are free to choose anything that you want. And I love you so much unconditionally that I want the same choice, to make the freedom of choice of anything that I would want, that I will allow you to make any choice that you want. And once we come to all those types of decisions, all of us as a collective make those same decisions. Anybody can make the same decision that they want, that they should be able to make. Just because they wouldn't make it, they shouldn't judge it, nor should they push against it. We will all move forward in such a way that the earth will change into a place that will be unrecognizable in a very short amount of time. Thank you very much for joining me. Again, Glenn Parker, High Vibration Foundation, coaching life, business, and spiritual. Boys and girls, there's always a lot of stuff going on down below. In the description, there's the foundation, there's my coaching website, there's all kinds of links in there, things that I think that are relevant, and they are changed quite often and updated. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share.